Hi, my name is Kenney from Pure Storage. Today we're going to review how truly simple and intuitive it is to manage a Pure Storage FlashArray. Without the complexities of traditional storage, you're able to use all the advanced features within the array and be able to add value back to the business. We also don't have any licenses, so everything I show you here today is included within all Pure Storage solutions. Let's dive right into the dashboard. The dashboard is a macro view of your entire storage array. On the left-hand side, we have the health of the array and all recent alerts below. On the right-hand side, we have a capacity analysis. This shows you your total provision capacity as well as data reduction ratios with and without thin provisioning. As you can see, we are currently getting 5.1 to 1 data reduction, which is close to our customer average of 5.5 to 1. We also have a total utilized percentage up here in the green. Below capacity, we have real-time and historical analytics for latency, IOPS, and bandwidth. Currently, we're doing 190,000 IOPS at 0.9 millisecond response time, driving about 1.4 gigabytes per second. Really earth-shaking performance for an 8U configuration. I can highlight over any point in time and see metrics such as read-writes, latency, IOPS, and bandwidth, as well as even average I/O size and queue depth on the array. If I want to change the view, I can go from an hour view all the way out to 30 days. And if I want to see a full year's worth of capacity and performance metrics, I can see that in our analysis tab we'll go through later. Now let's jump to our storage tab for storage provisioning. With Pure Storage, storage provisioning is incredibly easy. Forget about RAID configurations, tiering, or performance tuning. It's as simple as creating a host or a host group. A host is a single host that sees its volumes. A host group is a cluster that sees multiple different volumes. In this case, we're going to create a host called Pure Host. Once we have the host defined, we then go in and define the host ports. We support Fiber Channel or iSCSI. In this case, I'm going to use Fiber Channel, and I will auto-discover all the worldwide names. I'm going to add 2 of those into my host. Next, I'm going to connect a volume. This is as simple as just adding a new volume in, saying create new volume, and we'll call this PureVol01. Make it 10 gigabytes and attach it to the host. It's as simple as that. Now, if we want to do more complex stuff like expanding or shrinking a volume, it's as simple as just going in and editing the volume. You don't have to think about reconcatenating volumes together, restriping during a downtime, or even migrating to a new volume. Just go in and change it to 10 terabytes and save it. Pretty simple. If I want to create a manual snapshot real quick, click on the volume, go to snapshots, and say create snapshot. You can add a suffix if you like, and it will create it very quickly. If I want to go create a clone from that volume, it's as simple as saying copy the snapshot to a new volume. We will call it PureVol clone. We also can look at all of our volumes together. We can sort by different amounts like data reduction, snapshots. We can even download this to a CSV file if we like. Next, we're going to jump to our protection tab where we can automate replication as well as snapshots. Flash Recover is an incredibly simple utility to be able to get replication working between 2 arrays or automating local and remote replication facilities. The first step here is to go in to create a new protection group. We'll call this Pure PG. Once that's created, we can start to define a few different components, one of which is the members. We can dynamically add either hosts or host groups, and it will always take in all of their subsequent volumes, or just define a series of volumes. In this case, I'm going to take an entire ESX cluster and add it into my protection group. Next step is defining the targets where I want to replicate to. We support one-to-many and many-to-one type replication solutions. In this case, I'm going to add 2 arrays into my replication. Now we're going to define our replication policy. The great part about Pure Storage is you can have different retention policies on your local and remote site. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and edit my policy, go into create a snapshot every 15 minutes. I'm going to retain those snapshots for 2 hours. And then I'm going to keep 4 snapshots for the next 7 days. Next, I'm going to define my replication policy. This can be very different than your local snapshot policy. And in this case, I'll do replication every 15 minutes, but I'll keep those for 4 hours on the DR side. And I'll retain 4 snapshots instead of for 7 days like I do locally, in this case, 15 days. Now that our replication policy has been created, you can start to see snapshots. We can go into those snapshots and see all of the volumes within that protection group. I, at any time, can create a clone and mount that up, or refresh a test dev environment from that point in time. If I want to test DR, I can do the exact same thing and instantaneously restore multiple volumes at the same time and be able to mount those up to be able to test my DR facilities. All of this while never interrupting replication between both sites. Want to integrate with VMware? Try out our Site Recovery Manager SRA. With data efficiencies preserved over the wire and no additional licenses or hardware, this is the ultimate replication solution. Let's go ahead and dive into our Analysis tab. Our Analysis tab gives you LUN level as well as array-based capacity and performance historical analytics, all the way out to a year. I can click on the entire array itself or multiple different volumes and be able to see a capacity report and be able to highlight over and see the growth of each of those volumes. I can also see the performance of a series of volumes. Highlighting over each of these points also give me the granularity just like you saw on the dashboard. Want to see how much bandwidth you're utilizing for replication? Click on the Replication tab and you'll be able to see how many megabytes per second we are pushing over our replication lines. Next, we're going to jump into our System tab. In our System tab, you can see the health of the array and a little more granularity than you did in the dashboard. I can highlight over any component and be able to see what's going on with it. If I do have a failure, it'll be highlighted in red and I'll be able to see that. In our Configuration tab, you can go into networking and be able to configure your management, replication, or iSCSI ports. You can also set up some alerts, whether it be from email or SNMP. You can download the MIB right through the GUI itself or set up a new SNMP trap manager. We support role-based access through Active Directory integration, and it can be configured here in the directory services. If you want to see how your arrays are connected to each other and authenticated, let's say for replication, you can go into our Connected Array tab and be able to see all of these. Want to see how your hosts are connected to the array? You can see how all of the ports are logged in to the storage system itself. Here's Pure Host from what we configured earlier, and you can see how all of our ports are logged into the array. In our Plugins tab, you can automatically install our vCenter plugin. Or if you need to download our VSS driver, that's available here for you as well. Our VSS driver can be used to create application-consistent snapshots for Microsoft applications. Speaking of the vCenter plugin, let's check that out. Our vCenter plugin allows you to translate between the LUN and the data store, as well as automate the facilities of being able to create data stores, resize data stores, or delete those data stores. We can also get the same analytics we did in our Analysis tab right here in vCenter. Want to see all your Pure Storage arrays in one view? Click on FlashArray and go click on one of the storage arrays that are in your environment. You'll notice here that we've integrated our native GUI right here in vCenter, so you can manage it and see all of the same facilities that you do within our native GUI. With Pure Storage, simplicity is built in. In the last few minutes, you've learned how to manage, provision, analyze, and replicate. Want to learn more? Click around our website, purestorage.com. Want to take the next step? Start a POC. Click Contact Sales and a rep will get in touch with you. Thank you very much for listening. Stay flashy, my friends.